opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Willis now off play action. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cut 19, cut 19.
Second down, Willis looks to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ballard. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Third down, it's Willis. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
First down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run now for Nwangu. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Up the middle, Nwangu. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short. And he didn't get there. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu, and some room to roam now. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Throwing on first down. Harden. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Looking to throw on second down. Harden. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Again, it's Melange. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Harden. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. The 40, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce It's out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Now a give running left is Nwangu.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run here with Balaj. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Kalen Balaj punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st down, Harden. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. Mike 13, Mike 7 Pirates.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. He's airing it out for Williams. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Warrior 70.
Mike 3. Mike 3. Bandit. Bandit. 0-0.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. It's Willis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Find Ridley on the left side. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
18, Pioneer.
Looking to throw. Harden. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Trey McBride in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Last play of the half, Willis. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
To throw on 2nd down, Harden. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Willis. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They go play action with Willis. Rolling to his left. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, here's Willis. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain an 18-point lead.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 3rd down,
Harden. Got a man. It's McBride complete.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, Harden. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. On the give is Nwangu.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Harden flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
Here we go on 4th down, and I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off, and the Eagles defense able to hold. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Balaj. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now Balaj.
Yeah, this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now a handoff inside, it's Jackson. And some room to maneuver.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big play there for Philly. 44 yards on the ground. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Toss play to Balaj. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Now Willis to throw.
This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Marquise Brown with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now he's forced out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things.
And now here is another interception. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
88 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Give left side here for Nwangu.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool him a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Harden escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 11. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe... And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now Austin. Trying to shake a throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time. And Going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
Have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Philadelphia, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.